Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. I am so excited to be doing the introduction for the Graveyard Project Pan 2025. I missed the introduction for this video, which should have started on April 30th, I believe. I was really sad about it because I've done this project every year since Emily created it, and it's one of my favorites. I love it as far as a nice mid-year break project. Typically around this time, I'm ready to bring some new stuff into project panning, breathe some life into the products I've been panning, replace some things I've already finished off in the year. None of that's happened yet. I feel like I'm just getting started on project panning for 2025, even though some of the products I have been working on for several months. What ended up happening is Emily just posted her introduction for this video like 2 days ago, and I was like, well, if Emily can post a late video for her own project, why can't I? So I am jumping in a little bit late with this introduction, but this is a 6-month-long project pan that ends on Halloween, and updates are every other month. The concept Emily created for the Graveyard Project Pan is to choose products from 2 different categories: collecting cobwebs and resurrection products. Resurrection products are products that were previously in a project pan and you didn't meet your goal on them. Collecting cobwebs are products that have not been used in a long time and are getting dusty, and maybe collecting cobwebs, literally. At this point, I've said this before, but pretty much everything I own falls into one of those 2 categories at this point, except for the items I'm currently project panning. So everything else is fair game, but I have in the past tried to pick 3 collecting cobwebs products and 3 resurrection products. I think last year I ended up doing all collecting cobwebs products, and that was fine. But this year I've gone back to 3 and 3. So I actually hopped on Instagram for the first time in a very long time yesterday. I didn't get to spend as much time as I would have liked. And I still have a lot of DMs I see in there that I need to respond to, but I did go through some of my oldest pictures on Instagram to see what projects I've done in the past and what items I didn't finish. I went all the way back to the beginning, and it turns out my very first project was finished 24 by 24, something like that. It was for a project planner named Meg, who I don't know if she's still project panning or not, but it was a project related around her birthday that she created, and I jumped on it at the last minute. And that was my very first project pan. I think I only finished a couple items in that project by the deadline, but looking back, I have finished all 24 of those products and they are gone. But then I went to my second project pan, and that was finished 13 by 13, something like that. And it turns out I still have 4 products left over from that project that I never finished, one of which I just rolled out of a project last year, and one of which is currently in a project. I think my Ofra eyeliner. I've been working on that pencil forever. That is crazy. Anyways, I did find some things from that project. And then, so I did find something from that project to work on again, because I figured that was back in 2016. My first project pan was back in 2016. I should have met my goal on some of those items by now, but maybe this time it'll happen. Maybe this will be the time. So let's start with the resurrection products. These are all products that were previously in a project pan that I'm bringing back because I did not meet my goal on them. The first one should be a gimme product. It should be a gimme product, okay? And that is this guy right here. Look at that. This is a blush from a Too Faced palette that was originally called the Natural Face palette. I depotted it several years ago. That palette was my Pan That palette back in, I don't know, 2017, I think. My very first Pan That palette. I was too intimidated to pan eyeshadow, so I picked a face palette. I finished the 3 cream products, and no, there were 4 cream products, and I finished all 4 of those. And what I had left was this powder blush and a powder bronzer. I still have the powder bronzer to pan, And I still have this. This I worked on all last year in my very first Classic Project 10 pan. I did not get it done in time. I have been using it off and on since that project ended, but I have been trying to focus on the new blush that's in my new second Classic Project 10 pan more than this, but I would like to get this done. So I'm throwing it in here, and it better be finished by the end of this project, hopefully by the first update. The second Resurrection product was most recently in my Deck of Panning project from 2024. I worked on it all last year. I did make some good progress on it, but I wasn't able to finish it off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it off in these next 6 months either, but it is also an eyeshadow that originally was from that second project pan I did back in 2016. This is another shadow I've worked on many times over many years, and I would love to finish it, and that is this right here. This is a Revlon single eyeshadow that I depotted from its like single compact years ago. I don't remember the name of it, but it is a shimmery kind of icy white shade. I've used it as a face highlight. I've used it as a brow bone highlight. It's almost too subtle to be an inner corner highlight. There it is right there. It's not bad, but I actually like an inner corner highlight that pops even more than that. But I've used it in many ways, and there's not much left, but these pans are huge and they're deep, and that product will last me a long time. I would just like to make as much progress as I can, maybe clear out a side, whatever, I'll take it. I have been reaching for it still since that project ended, and it doesn't seem to matter how much or how little I use it. I never feel like I get anywhere, but I know over time I'm getting there. My last Resurrection product is again from that original second project pan I did back in 2016, finished 13 by 13. And it is a product that I don't think I've had back in a project since then, but I've always wanted to get back to it. Now this could be dangerous because it's an eyeshadow, and Lord knows I don't need to work on any more eyeshadows than what I'm already working on, but I was feeling so nostalgic. And the product is a single eyeshadow from MAC. This is a big pan. I believe this was originally like a creamy formula. It's not as creamy as it, oh, the lights just flickered on. It's not as creamy as it used to be. It's in the shade Venetian Tarnish. This was the Metal X Cream Shadow was the name of it. I feel like this shade it doesn't probably look like too much in the pan, but there's something about this shade that is just unbelievably flattering on brown-eyed girls, and I'm a brown-eyed girl. I really like this shadow. I posted pictures of me wearing this way back when at the beginning of my Instagram account when I was project panning this because I fell in love with it, but I have not touched it since. I mean, if I could even just hit pan on it, that would be good. Something, anything. All right, and the next three products are Collected Cobwebs. None of these products, as far as I can recall, have ever been in a project pan, and I'm looking forward to working on them very much. I hope I always get nervous, like, am I making a good choice? I don't know. I hope so. This next product is an eyeshadow palette, but I'm looking at one specific shade in it for a very specific purpose. So I'm gonna set myself a usage goal of using it 20 times. This is the NYX Love in Paris palette. I think I got it off of Haute Look. My lights are flickering on and off, sorry. I think I bought it off of Haute Look back when I was a Haute Look junkie, and I've never used it. Why would I buy something and then never use it? That's what I do. But the shade I'm looking at is this kind of mauvey purple shade up at the top. And the reason I'm looking at that shade is because I specifically have that deep purple shade that originally came, it's in my magnetic palette of depotted shadows at the moment, but it originally came from my Viseart Petite Pro 2 palette. It is a deep matte purple. And I'm hoping that this shade right here would be good to go with that deep purple to blend out in my crease. It's not quite what I was looking for. I was looking for something a little bit more like, I think what I was looking for was a little bit more vibrant, but it's in the ballpark. And I think it can work as a nice crease shade to kind of blend out my eyeshadow. I just remembered I never swatched this MAC shadow, and I'm trying to do better about swatching. My last 2 videos, I realized I didn't swatch anything, so still failing, but I'm trying. Oh my gosh, look at that. Done, I'm done. It's so gorgeous. That's that MAC shadow. Okay, so I'm gonna set a usage goal on that purpley mauve shade for 20 uses. My next product is just a itty bitty black eyeliner. When I lined up all my black eyeliners from my inventory, this guy was definitely the shortest of the bunch. It stood out. It is from Lord & Berry, which means it probably came in an Ipsy bag. It is a Kajal kohl liner. I swatched it. I wanted to put this in my Beauty A to Z project, but I couldn't make it fit. It still is very pigmented, even though it's probably just been sitting in my office for years and years untouched. I doubt I could finish this. I know it's so tiny, but honestly, like, each sharpen is like 20 uses for me, so I doubt I can finish this. I will try and do as much damage as I can on it over the next 6 months. I am also project panning other eyeliners. I have a brown, I have a green, I have a teal blue, so I'm splitting my time amongst many eyeliners, but I always come back to black for an eye look here and there, so I like to have it on hand. And I did previously, well, I haven't filmed the update, but the update is coming next for Project 10 Uses. That's where I had a black eyeliner, but I met the 10 use goal on that. So that will be rolling out of that project. So I'm rolling that little itty bitty black eyeliner, and I just want to do as much damage on it as I can over the next 6 months. And if I could finish it, great, but I'm not expecting to be able to finish it. And my final product is kind of a sad, sad story. This is a double-ended Bite Beauty lipstick. I've had it for many years. It is in the one shade is violet and one shade is Palomino, I think. Yeah. The shade I wanted to put in this project was violet. When I was going through my Instagram photos, I found a picture of me wearing this violet shade, and I was like, that is special. I like that color. It's like a pinky violet. It's bold and it's loud, but it's not like the hot pinks that I've been wearing. Unfortunately, it's gone off and it is no longer usable. Not only has the color changed, but it smells bad and it is hard. It is no longer swatchable. That is not the color it was when I first bought it. And I'm very, very sad because, as you can tell, I mean, these are just little minis, but I didn't use it that much. I probably only used it a couple times, but it is officially gone, and not coming back. So even though the other side is not the color I was really jonesing for, and it's very similar to some other lipsticks I'm currently working on, like Candy Venom from Fenty Beauty, I'm gonna put this in because I now feel like I'm racing against time. This one has not gone off. The smell is okay, but the texture and the color have not changed. It's still swatchable, and that's the color it always was. So it's just a super hot pink. And yeah, again, probably wore it a couple times, but no real damage done to it. I would like to try and finish this off. I don't know if that's possible. I don't wear hot pinks on a day-to-day basis, but I want to try because I'm so sad that this beautiful violet shade went off and I didn't get to enjoy it. So that is a real disappointment. Anyways, sorry to end this introduction on a low note, but those are the 6 products that is there a ghost in the house? What's going on? Those are the 6 products that I'm going to be working on in this project, and I am looking forward to it. So that is going to be it for this Project Pan introduction. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.